I'm going to try to keep this a little shorter. I deleted the other video to try and get this message across. It got too long. But I'm on a little driving. It was Saturday morning. Just went out driving to think. Motion, walking and running are better, but even driving, the motion of the driving, it does certain things to get the brain thinking, and a lot of people drive when they're thinking. But we have to be very careful to learn what mindfulness is, so that we're thinking about the things that we can actually do something about. The mind likes to fall back to what's called a default mode. This is a proven thing you can learn about. It's very important to study the brain. You're living in a time where we understand a lot about the brain from a science standpoint, and it really supports much of what the ancient, older generations knew about the brain, but they didn't have the ability to look inside the brain. During the 20th century, things got a little weird. People started saying things and trying to explain things about the brain, and it was a step. It was trying to push science in the right direction, but there was a lot of things said that were wrong. They were more right back in previous times than they were with a lot of things they said during the 20th century. Not everybody. There was a lot of great stuff also said during that period of time. But now we have the ability to kind of look in the brain, and we can see which parts of the regions of the brain are firing, and we can kind of say what makes sense from basically psychology and ancient practices and exercising the mind and becoming mindful, so that we focus on teaching. Well, so what I'm trying to get to is you need to, and it's really important to do this stuff when you're young, because your brain is like, it's not exactly a muscle, but it works a lot like muscles work, and that you train it, and then it's easier to make it work well. Your brain, you exercise your brain, it creates neurons, it creates connections and all those kinds of things. So you want to teach it to create the good connections, and you'll be able to pull yourself into the present moment, because our future is, when you look back, it's a series of events that you made during the present moment. There's only really a little bit of time that's really the present. There's the actual present, and then there's sort of like all the things that are going to be within the very short period of time that you can really plan anything significantly. It gets harder and harder to really plan further and further out. So you just have to set goals and make your steps towards those goals. And that only happens by understanding what you're going to do in the present. So even little things like going to bed on time, eating the right food, exercising, those things all add up to very big things. And then also your goal setting and getting your work done, so that you're not spending a lot of time contemplating the past. You just learn your lessons from the past and teach your brain to focus on the present. Tom Brady plays tomorrow. They don't have to win. They've already in the playoffs, so hopefully nobody gets hurt. I know you guys will be watching that. I love you.